Yep, that's right. I'm back. And you're probably thinking while you're standing here, wow. Nothing else, just wow. But that's where I come in, 'cause I'm gonna get that brain of yours a stirring up and cooking once again. 'Cause it's me, the one, the only, your favorite chef, Stress Chef. Back at it again with a new recipe today. This recipe isn't just for the faint of heart or the weak kids that I see out there on the internet these days. No. Dare I say it, this recipe is for men and women, but not boys and girls. This is a meal for champions, and only those willing to put in the work themselves, such as I, the master craftsman, Stress Chef himself. For I have built many a things. I have built chairs, I have built tables. Damn it, I've built a house and a family. But most importantly, I've built this channel. Yes, this YouTube channel I put above all else, even my own children. Given that's not saying much, they haven't done much for me lately. But what we're making today is gonna rock the socks off this world. Yep, you heard me. The entire world. What we got today is we got a sausage and some bacon. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than just a few spices. You don't need much to make a masterpiece sometimes, kids. And that's why today you'll become a man or a woman. And that begins now. What we got in front of us, we've got sausage, bacon. We've got about, I'd say, 5 tablespoons of brown sugar. Or if you're good at math, 10 half tablespoons of brown sugar. And then we've got a mixed array of spices here. We got cayenne pepper. We got pepper. We got some onion powder. And some granulated garlic, or for you peasants out there, garlic powder. We also got a little bit of salt just to spice up our lives, And we're going to take all these fancy little spices, get them mingling around and meeting each other in the world these days, because it's so hard to just meet people, But with spices, it's not hard at all. And you're going to get them all wop-doodled around in there. And then we're just going to add our new best friend, brown sugar. And you can take, something like a fork. If you're a peasant, if you're someone like me, you're just going to take a screwdriver or a Phillips head screwdriver, and you're just going to wop-doodle that even harder and harder until they haven't seen the light of day. Yeah, you hear that sound? That's the sound of a man making progress in the world. And if that just doesn't cut it enough for you, you can just throw that aside and just manhandle it. As we did back in the olden days, before technology came and manhandled things for us. Or as I like to call it, technology handed it for us. And that just doesn't sound like it gets the job done the way it should be. And once you think everybody's been well acquainted with each other in there, you can set it off to the side. Forget about it. The next step we've got is slicing up this sausage into, I'd say, I think we can get 8 slices out of that. Or at least I'm darn well going to try. And then we're also going to take our bacon. Bacon. And we're going to slice it into halves. Yep, halves. That's why we have 4 slices. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 here, 8 there. It's a win-win. We're good at math here in the technological mechanical world. So you can just take a knife if you're boring and basic, which most of you probably are. I, for one, prefer to use something more realistic, like a saw blade. Though this one has seen better days, so we'll we'll toss that puppy off to the side and use something a little nicer. You know, a little thin, a little sleek. Still gets the job done just as well. That kind of hurt. And then, sure, it's not going to be a clean cut. But are we clean people? Probably not. So, that's not going to stop me. And we're just going to keep cutting away. Look at that. We're already down to 4 slices. 5, 6 right there. Toss them on the plate. And 1 more to make it a clean 8. Bada bing, bada boom. And then I think I'm going to stick with this for my bacon. And you can try to make a nice clean cut if you like. Or if you always want to, you can just take it, eye it up, and just yeet it on your saw and pull down like the raw champion you are. And just toss those halvesies right on your platesies. And once again, we're just going to yeet it on there and pull like the raw animals we are, and we're gonna slop that right on the plate. Yeah. Man's country. And we're just gonna throw this bacony saw blade out of sight, out of mind. And then we're gonna move on to our next step of the phase, which is quite simple, really. We will take our bacon halvesies and slop our little sausage up in there. Give it a nice wrap all the way around. No need to worry about the edges. Those will all cook the same. And then I do have, you know, toothpicks. Boring old basic toothpicks. And I will use these boring old basic toothpicks because all my splinters that I got in my skin this morning, I ended up eating just to gain their power. So, sadly, we don't have any of our own manly picks. And we're going to take what is our finished product here, almost at least. And remember those spices from earlier? Oh yeah, you're just going to coat that puppy all nice and good like that and set it onto a wire rack on top of a foiled baking sheet. Yeah, that sounded like a lot of words, but you're a man or a woman, so you can handle words. And we're just going to repeat that process maybe 7 more times, I don't know. Probably because I'm good at math. Hop off. We're just going to keep wrapping around for all the days to come. Oh yeah. And then we're going to take another toothpick with our slippery, bacony, greasy hands. Kind of tricky, but you can handle it. And you're going to take that toothpick all the way through and just use that to get a nice spicy coating. And then we do like the cayenne pepper because it gives a nice little kick, but we also do like that sweet flavor that the brown sugar gives us. Thus, we get it all in this dish, baby. And we're just going to keep cooking and keep wrapping it all up. Now, you're probably wondering, shouldn't I take the time to make a more cleaner cut, making everything more accurate and precise? Probably. But why would you do that when you can just have fun? Yeah, bet you never thought I'd say that in the kitchen. Having fun. Well, guess what, kiddos? Today's your lucky day. This can be your fun dish. And I know some of you probably are also wondering, if you've seen my last video, Chef, what is your problem with just taking random things, wrapping it in bacon, and calling it a dish? Well, it's simple. Because it's one of the greatest dishes you can make, with just 2 simple ingredients: bacon and whatever darned well pleases you to wrap in said bacon. Sure, you can add a few more spices like we are, just to liven things up. But honestly, the bacon is already the life of the party. Do we really need to add more? I'm only going to say yes because my lawyers require that I say so. That's right. We've sponsored with no one but myself and my own bacon that I purchase. But, lawyers. And you're probably wondering, wow, why isn't this guy, jump cut it or something to when this is all done and I don't have to listen to him talk anymore? Well, the answer's simple. Watch time, kiddos. It's how I make my money. Not really. I work in a restaurant. That's how I make my money. But do I cook the food? Heavens no. I don't know how to cook. I just feed people by serving it to them. Ha ha. Oh, it does bring joy to my heart, though, to see all the foods whipped up in the kitchen bring happiness to the people of the land. But nothing brings me more joy than relieving my stress by wrapping things with bacon. And as you can tell, we're almost done. We've only got this one that we're sticking up through right now and spicing up, and then we got one more puppy left on our plate. And what we want to do with this rack once we're all finished and all spiced up is we're going to take it, put it in our oven, which is already conveniently preheated to 425 degrees. That's right, 425. And we're going to leave it in there for about, 25, 30 minutes. 30 minutes, probably max. Just keep a nice eye on it. Wait for it to get nice and glazy and good and cooked all the way through. Oh yeah. And you know what? I've been getting a little boring. I forgot. I did find a splinter. So we're going to stick that into this one. And then, sadly, this splinter's just a little too big. So, out of sight, out of mind. And we're going to spice this last puppy up for good measure. And bada bing, bada boom. We've got a nice rack all ready to go into the oven. And then I'll see you, boys and girls, or soon to be ladies and gents, on the other side of the oven. We're back! Kaboom! That's right, we're back. And these puppies just came right out of the oven. And they just look so delicious to look at. I mean, my mouth would be watering if I didn't have so much self-control. But I can't hold my self-control back any further than what I've already done, so I'm going to take one of these puppies, and really, I could just eat it as is and burn my taste buds. Or I could even just dip it into some barbecue sauce and burn my taste buds all the same, just with some extra flavor. So I'm just going to take this sauced up puppy and nom nom. Ouch. That hurt. But only because I'm not sharing it with you. Just kidding. I don't feel any pain whatsoever. I feel good about this. And now, just to end it all off, I'm going to take a root beer, crack open a cold one, and realize that hurt, and now it's wet, and my trusty hammer is going to be the only thing that helps me get this stupid cap off. And just like that, that's just another day, another stressful day, cooked away. Good night, everybody.